All right, you guys, I am laying down in my bunk. I am so tired. I could not sleep for the life of me last night. I don't know if it was anxiety or, what it was, but I could not sleep. And I don't know. I don't know. But as you all know, I left Martin, went back to my old company. I'm kind of feeling like I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like, damn, I might have made a mistake. Not necessarily leaving Martin, because I needed to leave Martin, but I should have found another company. But when you're going to these companies, you don't really know what to expect. And like I'm saying, they wasn't bad, but it just wasn't for me. And it's still not. But at least, there were certain things that with Martin that I did not like. Like, you didn't even know what you were going to get paid until you got paid. And I don't like that. Like, at least, when I'm done with my load, I can see what my money's looking like. Matter of fact, once I get off of here, I have to do this last load so I can get paid for that. The training was different. I think I was going to come back and say, give my commentary on the training. I really didn't have any training because they can't train me on a job that I was already doing for damn near a year. So I didn't have to necessarily go through training, but the orientation was kind of long and drawn out for me because it's not like I had been gone for 6-7 months. I was literally gone for, just a little over 45 days. So, to have me go through all the stuff that I had to go through was kind of redundant to me. And I do think that they need to have a different type of orientation and process for new hires that are not rehires that have been gone less than, 90 days or whatever it is. Because otherwise it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, y'all wasted a lot of time, a lot of space, a lot of energy. And I do think they need to revamp their training program anyway, just because what I will say about Martin is that, when it came to the training program, there was a lot of us in there. I want to say maybe just as many as we had, with this company, but just the way they did things were a little different. So, we had a lot of computer-based training that they had. So, they had computers in there. So as you're doing your computer-based training or whatever it is, they're taking individuals out one by one and doing like a road test and your backing maneuvers. And, based off of that, you pass or fail or whatever. So that I can appreciate, instead of them having this close quarter, which they still could have did that, but they had like 4 or 5 people out there. They could have did the same thing, like take us out, have us go around, go do a load, not even do a load, go around the corner, up the block, down the highway, or however, so we could do a couple of right turns, left turns, this, that, and the third. Because technically, when you are going out with the trainer, they're really not showing you nothing if you've already been on the job, if you've already been driving. The only thing that they're technically supposed to show you is how to engage and go in the different rail yards. But for the little 2 or 3 days that you going with them, you may not go to all the rail yards. You might only go to one rail yard. So if you only went to Fairburn with them, as far as bringing in a container, then you don't know, what it's like to go to Austell or Atlanta, or vice versa. If you only went to Austell, then once you get something that's going to Fairburn, you don't know what the hell you're going to do, because the process is different. And each one of those rail yards, the process to get in is different. Because like, even though Austell and Atlantic technically is the same rail yard company, the process is totally different, you know. So I don't know, I just think they need to revamp their training process a little bit, and then, you know, that would save a lot of time, energy. Because for me, I think with them being as big as they are, their process lacks. Like, their process lacks for them to be as big as they are. And maybe it's just the intermodal division, because I haven't been through, you know, any other division to really give, you know, my full assessment. But just based off of what I've seen the 2 times that I've been there, it's just kind of unorganized. There's a lot of standing around just waiting, and, you know, it could be handled a lot better. Then, you know, I waited 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks for me to even get a truck, which, you know, they paid me for it, so I was never going to complain. But, you know, after sitting there as long as you sat there, you start kind of getting restless. So then at that point, you know, I was trying not to go and start doing a whole lot of stuff, because I didn't want to be, you know, doing this, that, and the third. And then they call me and be like, oh, come get the truck. So I kind of, you know, hung around the house for a couple weeks. And then, like, the last week, a few days before they called me to pick up this truck, my mom had her situation. So we had to go and handle that. And then what was the killing part to me is when they called me, the day that they called me to come and pick up the truck was the day that I was actually, you know, getting her out of the hospital. So, you know, after I've already stayed all night in the hospital, after I already did all the running and ripping and, you know, doing all of that. And of course, you know, I ain't getting no sleep while I'm in this hospital. So, and they keep coming in, they in there all day, all night. So, you know, as soon as they come in there to check her vitals and take her blood or whatever the hell they in there doing, they cutting on lights. So then quite naturally, you hear somebody coming in and it's gonna wake you up. So now I'm up. So all day bothering her, so they bothering me. So all day, all night. So then, you know, when he calls me at like 3 o'clock or whatever, he called me like 2 something, but because I was running, getting her prescriptions or whatever, I had to go back and get her prescription. They, he was like, oh, well, you can just come and get it, you know, the truck tomorrow. So this is on Friday. So now when I show up on Friday, I go and get the truck, you know, I go to pick up the truck. And then I also told him, it was like, hey, you know, my mom had a medical situation, you know, I kind of wanted to see if you guys can just kind of keep me local, you know, or just shorten the distance that I travel. So in case if there's anything that happens, I could be closer than going 5, 6, 7 hours out of the way, you know, give me like a equivalent to, I guess, a local run for the, you know, next few weeks or whatever, just so we can make sure everything is good. She got all her doctor's appointments and all of that. And, you know, it really kind of just let me know that these, especially trucking companies, I can't say for just any company, because, you know, certain companies do care. Like if, oh. All right, I don't know who that is, and they could just call back. But certain companies do care. But once, you know, I told them like, hey, you know, I don't necessarily not want to be working, but I just rather prefer to have something that's maybe a local for a couple weeks, just until, you know, everything is clear. We got, you know, she good to go. She can go back to her normal everyday activities or whatever. Because if you know, anywho, he pretty much told me like, yeah, this is our busy season right now. The planner's got 1,000 loads that they got to get plant, and what they'll probably end up doing is just telling you to bring, you know, turn in your truck and just take a leave, because they need, if they gonna have a truck, they need to have the truck running on the road and, you know, do whatever. And I looked at him like, oh, I said, oh, okay. And he was like, well, I'm not trying to say it like we don't care. No, that's exactly what you said, sir. That's exactly what you said. But you know, when you seen my face, you seen how ridiculous you sound. And then you wanted to be like, oh, I'm not saying like we don't care. But you know, the planners, they don't know this, that, and the third. And I was like, motherfucker, that's why you go and get whatever approval that you need to get whatever you need. Now, I bet you if it was one of y'all, y'all would figure that shit out. But just because it's one of us, you're not doing nothing to help accommodate your team members. So that lets me know you don't care because you didn't try to do anything. Then he was like, oh, do you got my cell number? You know, you can just call me and I can see what I could do. Well, clearly, you done already told me you can't do nothing. Because if you was going to do something or had the power to do something or even wanted to do something, you would have did it while we was having this initial conversation. I shouldn't have to call you for anything at this point. So thank you, sir, but no thank you. Like at this point now, you gave me your ass to kiss, so I'm going to give you mine. Like I'm good. Because at that point, I was almost ready to be like, you know what? Nah, y'all can have y'all's keys and I'll go on about my business. But I know that there is a goal that I'm trying to reach as we, you know, I'm already got something else going on, but I needed to make sure that certain things was taken care of before I start moving out there and handling this other business. I needed to make sure that my funds were funding. You know what I'm saying? And I knew with Martin, I would have to run myself to the ground, and I'm not about to run myself to the ground doing 4 and 5 loads a day and all that. And you already are 2 and 3, loads a day, and I'm already going to 2 and 3 and 4 stores. Like, that's crazy as hell. Ain't nobody got time for that. So it was a no for me. So I knew at least here, I should be able to make it home, this, that, and the third. At least, a couple times out the week. Like today, I could have made it home had I would have known prior to which, direction I was going. But, they send you on these wild goose chases. And they didn't, communicate. They all time hollering about these planners this and planner that. And I'm thinking, like, if I told you I was going to be available at 5 o'clock, and I had 5 hours on my clock, and it's going to take me 3 hours to get to where I got to go. In that second hour, you knew, well, if I got 5 hours and it's going to take me 3 hours to get there, then pretty much whatever time I have is going to be needed to get to either to find me somewhere to park. So you should have been in that second, third hour before I got to where I was going. You should have been already having me a load so that when you sent me on that load to drop off that trailer, you should already had that load planned for me to be able to go, so I could have already knew what direction I was traveling. So what's the purpose of putting in your ready time if y'all don't even follow this stuff anyway? That was crazy to me. But that's what has been going on. What just transitioning back over into these people. And I don't know, like, I probably should have held out a little longer and found something else, but Martin lacked just professionalism when it came to them. Like, I understand we're in trucking, but they totally just lack professionalism when dealing with people. And I'm not about to sit here and skin and grin and do all that extra shit. It is what it is. The energy that you provide to me is the same energy I'm a mirror back to you. I might not be as rude, but I'm sure not about to be skinning and grinning. I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. That's like Buddy when he came to me talking about you'll just have to take a leave and clean out your truck and turn it in. Okay. But the only thing is, I won't be taking the leave. I will be leaving when I turn out this truck and or clean out this truck and turn it in. So it's like I said, my time is only for a short time, so I'm not even worried about it. I may be here 90 days, I may not. Like I've said, till the end of the year. But after just doing some reevaluating of everything, it might be shorter. It might be just a tad bit longer, or at least until after the New Year's, and then, you know, start off fresh. But yeah, that's what's been going on. I'm just, you know, trying to wind down, because I do have to get up at 4 in the morning to drive out clear across Bobtail, mind you, all the way to Charleston, South Carolina, to pick up an empty trailer and then take it to Augusta. But, you know, I don't even care, because regardless of the fact, I'm getting, you know, the miles, so whatever. Whatever. But you had me take an empty trailer somewhere to Bobtail to pick up an empty trailer to go somewhere else. Like, make it make sense. But, you know, I digress. I don't think in that facility that I dropped that trailer off, I don't think we deliver to that facility at all. I think everything we do is all pick up. I don't think we deliver anything to that facility, to be honest with you. Because I've been there a couple times before in the past, and I don't ever remember bringing anything other than an empty trailer there. So maybe they got it, you know, in flux. I forgot even what they sell or whatever. I think it's paper products or something. I do not even remember, to be honest with you. I think it's like toilet paper or something like that, or paper towel or something. I think that's what they you know, provide or manufacture at that location, or whatever the hell they do there, if I'm not mistaken. Or some kind of paper product they, you know, produce. So I guess they didn't have any more empty trailers for us. I don't know. They may have, because I've seen quite a few. They have, you know, the trailers separated between the loaded trailers and the empty trailers. And now that I think about it, when I went in there, they had quite a few empty trailers, and they had, I mean, of course, you know, with the trailers, there's all different companies with, you know, that has empty trailers that's there. And I'm trying to think, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen quite a few of this company's trailers there, I believe. But I was just trying to hurry up, get it there and go, so I could technically go home. But I didn't want to risk running out of time, because I only had 2 hours left, and I think it's like 2.5 hours from where I was at to get home, or maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I would have been short like 20 minutes, and I ain't sleeping on no side of no roads. And unfortunately, once I leave Brazelton, there is no truck stops until I pass my house, so that will make no sense. Or rest areas or anything, and I'd have to find a warehouse. I'm not doing all that. Granted, I wouldn't have had no, you know, trailer, so it would have been easier for me to maneuver, you know, in and out of the traffic, but I'm not doing all that. I'm going to just pull over, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and we'll try this again. But anyway, that is my rant with my experience with, you know, coming back. And it hasn't necessarily been a great experience. Like, it ain't just god awful, but that situation was, it definitely put a sour taste in my mouth. But anyways, I'm about to go to sleep, you guys. I will see you tomorrow when I wake up, actually. And we'll do some driving or something, because I just want to do something other than just, you know, B-roll or damn driving or backing. Is like, how many times can you see somebody back a truck up? Like, I don't really want to show that too much. And I did do a couple of property tours, so, you know, that should have already dropped by the time you see this one. If not, it'll be dropping in this video. And that is it. So I will see y'all Later.